Ms. Mariam Jaafar. Please take both your cards together.
Chairman, in my past speeches, I have called for Singapore to have a higher ambition, leading the way to a green future in spite of our size. To do this, our local industry must innovate and invest in the green transition. But uncertainty over costs, benefits, and risks will influence incentives to make the move. Each sector has a different emissions profile, transition readiness, industry structure, and willingness of the end customer to pay. The increase in carbon taxes may compel companies to move, though it must be implemented in a just transition. The government is also exploring and putting in more regulations and standards and benchmarks. What else can the government do to encourage local companies to invest, perhaps ahead of the market? One key lever is green public procurement. Globally, public sector procurement activities are directly or indirectly responsible for 15% of global greenhouse gas emissions, 7 times the amount emitted by the entire aviation industry. They are also heavily concentrated in 6 industries: defense and security, transportation, waste management services, construction, industrial products, and utilities, and often account for a large share of the suppliers' revenues. Using this buying power, green public procurement can be a major boost for the green economy. Governments can set standards for products, services, and project activities, certify companies and materials, and giving extra points for suppliers that are greener. However, public procurement is complex and highly decentralized, and there are competing priorities and socioeconomic considerations. For example, does HDB prioritize going for the fastest, cheapest way to get a lot of flats up, or go for green buildings that have lower embedded emissions and reduce controllable life cycle emissions? These are complex questions, but one which we must take a position and communicate effectively to all stakeholders as part of a green public sector procurement transformation. Other levers for government include funding and incentives for innovation and R&D and transformative new technologies, working with industry coalitions to promote decarbonization across the value chain, upgrading and making available climate and sustainability data and analytic systems, providing incentives for market adoption, such as low-interest loans and tax credits, and boosting understanding, expertise, and capabilities through education and reskilling programs, the subject of my next cut. We can also invest in relatable and inspiring public education campaigns to educate Singaporeans on the choices they make. The right portfolio of measures and pace of implementation will need to understand trade-offs, consider cross-sector impacts, and socio-economic impacts. How will the government support local companies that innovate and invest in a green transition ahead of the market? What is the government doing to activate the market demand and willingness to pay, including among end consumers? My next cut. Chairman, I filed the cut that I don't have to write my own speech here, as the Honourable Member, Mr. Koh Lian Pin, has very succinctly made the points in his budget speech. In a green economy, every worker must have basic and foundational knowledge of climate sustainability, alongside functional specific skills and sector-specific competencies to enable successful transition of key industries towards sustainable business models and practices. Our IHLs can play a key role in building these capabilities and competencies. I echo his views. What is the government doing to reskill and upskill employers, employees, and students for managing and capturing value in the green economy? Thank you.
SMS Saki Mohammed, would you like to report progress?
Chairman, may I seek your consent to move that progress be reported now and leave be asked to sit again tomorrow?
I give my consent.
Chairman, I beg to move that progress be reported now and leave be asked to sit again tomorrow.
The question is that progress be reported now and leave be asked to sit again tomorrow. As many as are of the opinion say aye. To the contrary say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. SMS Saki Mohammed.
Mr. Speaker, I beg to report that the Committee of Supply has made progress on the estimates of expenditure for the financial year 2022-2023 and ask leave to sit again tomorrow.
So be it. Deputy Leader.
Mr. Speaker, on behalf of Leader, I beg to move that Parliament do now adjourn to 10:30 a.m. tomorrow.
The question is that Parliament do now adjourn to 10:30 a.m. tomorrow. As many as are of that opinion say aye. To the contrary, say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. Order, order.